At the beginning of the 20th century, many of the problems facing society were confronted by the middle-class reformers who led the way in the progressive era. Writers showed unsafe factory conditions. They showed the dirty, dangerous places in which men, women, and even children worked. The role of large corporations in society was questioned, including the benefits and drawbacks of having monopolies like Carnegie's steel monopoly or Rockefeller's oil monopoly. Finally, attempts to make the government more responsive to the people were made. The progressive era was formed by these reform attempts, which attempted to correct injustices and solve problems in American society. All of the progressive reform movements that took part during this time period had at least one of four major goals: protect social welfare, promote moral improvement, create economic reform, or foster the economy.
Eric, how are your views on the progressive movement?
I am a supporter of it.
What do you support?
I support the work they do to protect the environment.
Why do you feel that the environment should be saved?
It should be saved because it's the main dispenser for all of our natural resources like gas and electricity.
So you say saving the environment is progressive. Do you think that factories are progressive?
No, of course not. They are retrogressive, if anything.
Have you read The Jungle?
Yes, it is such an eye-opener. I mean, to show what filth goes into these products that consumers are buying from these major companies. I mean, it's just gross and it's cruel to animals. I mean, that's the main reason I became a vegetarian.
How do you feel about President Roosevelt?
Oh, I love him. He's such a great president. It's about time that we have a president that actually cares about things that actually matter, like the environment, animal rights, and the unjust societies being corrected. I mean, honestly, that's the main important thing to me.
How do you feel about the progressive movement?
I love it when the people in the government know what they are doing.
Why do you like them so much?
Because they understand how to prioritize the people who live here. They recognize who and what deserve the attention of the government and have ignored the lesser non-vital problems that don't deserve their attention.
What are you talking about specifically?
The slaves. Negroes don't understand how lucky they are to live here and have what they have today.
What makes you feel that way?
Because Negroes are what they are today because of the white men gave them the opportunity to live here.
How did white men help the Negroes?
They brought them here.
Do you know why and how they got here?
Yes, they were brought here to be slaves and they were brought on slave ships.
Do you know the terrible conditions on a slave ship and the terrible back-breaking work they have to do?
Yes.
White men really do help the Negroes?
Yes, because the conditions here and the lives they lead here are way better than those in their home countries. Yet all they ever speak of is complaints about inequality and the right to vote. They have everything they need, yet for them it's still not enough.
How many children do you have?
3 small children, and all I want is for them to be safe like any other.
How do you describe a woman in politics?
A strong, compassionate leader.
How are your feelings about the progressive movement?
I'm happy now. Women might actually have a chance to take political control.
What do you think will change if women do actually have the right to vote?
I think America can be a bunch safer for my children.
How so?
Well, with most women working at home with children, we know what can make your home life better.
Shouldn't women stay home and take care of the children when the men keep hold of the politics?
Men actually think They are the superior sex / gender. That's why they like to be on top. They also think that they are the ones who run politics. That us women don't deserve right to vote and do what is best for us and for our families. What is your job?
I own the steel railroads.
How do you feel about the progressive movement?
I think the government should keep their own business and stay out of mine.
I take it that you do not like President Roosevelt.
No, I'm not a fan.
How do you feel about the muckrakers?
They know not about what it's like to run a business.
What do they need to know?
There are ups and downs of businesses, yet people always want to focus on the bad things that happen.
How do you feel about the jungle?
I'm not in the food industries, so it does not apply to my company.
What do you feel about it?
It's a book of lies, gently lined with the truth.
How so, though?
Things that are said, and that may happen, but not all the time. It's not in every company's. It is blown out of every proportion.
Do they happen at your company?
What companies don't have problems?
What is your political party?
I'm a religious Republican. Very much so.
What is your review on the progressive movement?
I think Americans have made the United States the way it is today, and they should be able to fix it.
Have you been to the slums of New York City?
Yes, I have.
What do you think of it?
I believe that if they really want to go far in life, they gotta try. You know, they just think there's no work needed to make themselves who they are today.
Have you read the popular book, Jungle?
Yes. Yes, I have.
How do you feel about it?
I feel that it's a little disturbing, but the meat companies should change the way that they make meat, not the way that the consumers choose to eat it.
Does it change your view at all?
It doesn't.
So, Frank, how do you feel about the progressive movement?
I think it's about time that someone tried to reform the nation and solve its problems.
How does it affect your life?
It affects it in a positive way. They're now starting to pay attention to child labor and limitations on working hours, which is very important.
What was it like before the progressive movement?
It was not pretty. Sanitation was definitely on the low side. It could have been a lot better.
What were the living conditions like?
My family had to share rooms with other families, which made it very crowded.
What was the food like? Was it safe to eat?
The food was terrible. Many people got sick because of the condition of the food. The people who worked in the food factories refused to eat the food that they packaged themselves.
What was the commute from the city to the factory like? If it was bad, how did the city make it better?
The commute was really bad for us factory workers. It took us 2 hours on average to get from the city to our job. Even if we only lived 15 to 25 miles away, because traffic was horrible. So I guess you could call it bad. What they did to make it better is they improved the public transportation system for the city. The buses came more frequently and a new subway system was put into place.
Do people often get hurt on the job?
Yes, all the time.
Have you ever been hurt on the job?
Yes, I was hurt on the job recently. Hence the nail in my head. Thank
Okay.
you.
In the end, society in America saw many improvements. The YMCA opened libraries, sponsored classes, and built sports facilities. The Salvation Army helped feed the poor and care for children in nurseries. They also assisted immigrants on their way to becoming middle-class American citizens. Florence Kelley advocated for the improvement of the lives of women and children by limiting work hours and prohibiting child labor in Illinois by the Illinois Factory Act. The WCTU pushed for the prohibition of alcohol, which improved the lives of the drunk and their suffering families and their children. Laws like the Sherman Antitrust Act outlawed monopolies hurting small businesses in America. The initiative Refundum and Recall allowed the people to directly make decisions in the government. This helped weed out insufficient system and corrupt officials.
I'm Ron Burgundy Jr. And I'm back. Did you miss my hot breath? McCoy class. I'm Ron Burgundy Jr. And I'm back. Did you miss my hot breath running down your neck, McCoy class? I'm Ron Burgundy Jr. I'm Ron Burgundy. Hello, I'm Ron Burgundy Jr. I'm Ron Burgundy. Hello!
Or Rockefeller's oil monopoly, also known as the Standard Oil. See, I know my facts, San Diego.
Very good. Is that the recording symbol? I'm not sure.
Let me see it. If it's red. Hello, this is Ron Burgundy Jr.
Wait, it's a recording symbol. Well, I don't know if it's recording or not. What is that? Does that mean recording?
Okay,
Hopefully.
if this is recording, this is going to be on the blooper.
How do you feel about the muckbreakers? Bleh. How do you feel about the muckrakers?
Wait, redo that one.
Well, thank you, Romney. What is your last name? Mitt? Oh, awesome. Romney Mitt. There you have it, Romney Mitt.
The WT, sorry. The WCTU pushed for the prohibition of alcohol, which improved the lives of the drunkards. That's great.
It's not going to happen.
Whose phone is that?
Of large corporations in society was questioned, including the benefits and drawbacks of having monopolies, like Carnegie's steel monopoly or Rockefeller's oil monopoly.
Do it.
No, I want to finish.
Well, we have 45 minutes. We're in. Christian, ready.
성숙해 보이지만 놀 땐 노는 여자 이때다 싶으면 묶었던 머리 푸는 여자 가렸지만 웬만한 노출보다 야한 여
Riders showed unsafe factory conditions. They showed the dirty, dangerous places in which men and women and even children...
I know you've been riveted to the TV, listening to my nice, deep, delicious voice. But I'm sad to say this is going to be coming to an end here soon. So till then, in 2013, when I see you again in my movie.
How you read the... How? Seriously? Michelle.
Okay, go!
Voted at 4 in the morning,
Just
okay?
keep going. Damn. Dang. That was a nasty accident. Well, that was my last interview. If you want to watch these over again, click the button right over there. somewhere in this direction that redoes the video, because I know you love to hear my voice. I'm Rum Burgundy Jr. Out. You stay classy.